Hello everybody! Today I'm back with another set of levels for Dr. Mario World. Now in real time I've actually just went through and completed all the levels, which I usually never do just because I'm out of lives, but I was able to keep all my lives throughout the whole thing. I'm pretty sure I had more lives at the end than I did at the beginning. But yeah, I've concluded that this is one of the easiest worlds in a very long time. And a lot of the levels I don't even remember because I beat them so quickly. They're a little unmemorable, honestly. But anyways, let's get into this one. Waluigi or Larry would either be able to clear out the colored block or the colored crates, or reveal the, or does, I think he just takes out, Waluigi just takes out the what are they called? They had the fog over them, or poison cloud, whatever it's called. I think he just gets rid of them. Either of them would be good, but basically if you don't use them, you're going to want to clear the colored boxes around them, around the viruses, and then just work on the viruses. You don't have to get rid of all of the colored boxes, although you will get rid of the majority of them just by playing the level, but you're just getting rid of the viruses. And I don't remember, I think the flask makes both like shells and colored boxes, if I remember correctly. I don't remember if exploders come out as well, but it can be helpful. It usually doesn't get too much in your way, but you still probably want to refrain from using it all too much, because as you can see with that last one, it only spawned in colored boxes. Luckily there was nothing in its way, or that it like covered up, but it definitely could cover things up, so you still want to avoid triggering the flask at all times, although you can get lucky with a shell every once in a while. But yeah, this video in particular, I beat all these on my first try. The other videos I lost on one or two, but this one I have no editing to do, just my voiceover. And yeah, I thought all these levels went really well. There are definitely some mistakes that I could have done a little bit better, like here at the bottom. Kind of a jumbled mess of colors that I don't need, like that green covering the red there. If that green wasn't there, I definitely could have done this a lot easier. And I probably just should have aimed for the green right away. But it's not too big of a deal. Now we just have these last two viruses here. And yeah, I was a little worried about getting 3 stars. I don't know if I cut it close or not, but I think I was alright. Again, I used the point boosting assistance all throughout this world until the special stage. So just keep that in mind, that Wario and those point boosting assistants will definitely be able to do all these. Again, as you're seeing this one, Wario would be able to clear all those viruses you can't see. But by the time you clear you get Wario's skill, you'll probably have seen them all already, so I wouldn't recommend bringing him in. For this one, you're just getting rid of the viruses up top first, getting to those floating viruses right away. With the colors you have, you might have to get some single viruses by breaking some up, but after that, then you're just hitting the ones underneath. Now the coins are going to go from right to left on the bottom, and you're going to want to refrain from clearing out the left side until you get the coins nearest to them. So whenever you can, get rid of the coins first, so that when you're clearing out the rest of the viruses, that you're also hitting the coins at the same time. But also the floating viruses will most likely be near the coins, so they'll be able to help you out anyways. But yeah, what I did was I got as many single capsules of the color I needed as I could, down towards the bottom, and then brought them towards the floating viruses that are down there. As you get farther over, there are less coins there, so you need less capsules to get rid of everything, until down to the very last one where it's just a crate there. Maybe Roy would be able to get rid of some of those crates, but the crates aren't all that annoying. They don't get in your way all that much. You'll most likely clear them out as you do the level. Again, I screwed up there. I was trying to put the blue there, and I put the green down. I have plenty of capsules. It's not a big deal. I'm trying to get this green one first. so that I can then get the red one in between those other two green ones, so that I can only use one green capsule to clear out that side. And then I just have that one red floating virus on the side with this double red there. And I just wait for the coin to go down. I could have probably just pushed it down and sped it up by a few seconds. But yeah, that was that level there. All of the flying boxes, the highest I got I think was 500, and I got that once. The rest were hearts, 250 coins. You'll see that throughout my videos. I think you can get like tickets from the flying boxes. I didn't get anything good. I was really kind of frustrated with that. I mean, it's better than nothing, but it's just kind of annoying when you get hearts and you already have the max amount, over the max amount of hearts. But yeah, for this level here, you gotta hit the shells right away. You can bring some single reds down to hit the bottom one as well. That unlocks all of the blocks that were covered up, which are kind of just in your way, and you will have to clear out most of them to get to the rest of the viruses. But in my experience, I'm fairly certain you have to trigger the fans a few times, just because there are viruses up against it. If you have a doctor that you want to use, like maybe Kamek, or I guess even like Bowser or Dry Bowser, they could get rid of the ones near the fans, and then you wouldn't have to hit them. But using someone like Wario, you got to get to them eventually, which means things are going to get frozen. So as you saw, I just kind of cleared out the top. Whenever the electric boxes were available, I hit the viruses near them. But once you get to the side here, what I did was I started working towards the side. But you could also come up from the bottom if you want to get rid of the blocks underneath. I think the side is a little bit easier to work with, especially when I have those two greens like that I can hit with a single capsule. And then, like I said, you're going to have to hit the fans a few times. I should have brought that red down, so then I could have hit both the reds with a single cap. Oh, I do that anyways. Never mind. I guess I did that pretty well. But yeah, I have all these blues iced. There's nothing else except blues, so all these other colors are just going to be extra points. But you're going to want to get rid of that blue one that isn't frozen yet right away before it does get frozen. I guess it wouldn't have mattered. I think what I did was the right thing to do, and I guess it didn't even freeze it. I don't know why it didn't. It should have, right? So I guess either it glitched or maybe it can't clear it because it was above it. I have no idea. Either way, it didn't do it. So what I did was really a good idea, I suppose, since I would have frozen the other two again anyways. So yeah, just be smart when you're clearing out the viruses near the fans and everything. And yeah, I just end up with a lot of blues. I don't know if everybody would get that, but it is a little bit harder to clear it out when the only thing you have left is one specific color and everything else is useless. But they did give me a pretty good amount of blues, so it worked out. And yeah, moving on, I can see this next level. And this level is pretty fun, I suppose. After a while, the floating viruses get a little annoying. But the majority of this level is just hitting the bombs and the shells. You don't have to think too much about it. Just go for the shells first. The bombs will be exploded after. And then after that, there will be a little bit of strategy in trying to get the remaining floating viruses and everything. I think every virus on here is a floating virus, isn't it? You also have to take out all the crates, but in my experience, I just took them out just by playing the level normally, just going for the viruses. So don't bring in Roy or anything because it's not going to be necessary. But the main problem here is that the bombs won't be able to get all the viruses on the side, so you will have to kind of get your way in there. Now some of the floating viruses will go in there as well, which means you only have to put in a few viruses to hit the ones on the inside. But the floating viruses can also go in there, like back into the middle of the crates. So you might want to look out for that as well. Maybe leave those for the end if possible, before any of them can go into there. But I guess I don't know what else to talk about this stage. It is a little difficult when they're going in those rows there, where you can't really fit in the capsules. So you're just trying to get singular capsules to put in there instead. Like I have this red one that's going to go in there. I guess it didn't have to go inside there, never mind. But I will have to get some blue ones in there. I'm sure I'll bring some down eventually. But as you saw, I kind of made a mess with some of my capsules. But I was still able to clear it with 3 stars and everything. So you can make a good amount of mistakes, but still come back from it and everything. It's a pretty lenient level, honestly. And as you can see, I still have a lot of crates and everything on the side. Some of the floating viruses went back into the middle of the crates, like I said they could. So again, you might want to look out for that. Maybe leave those towards the end if possible, so that there aren't viruses going in there, and it's a little bit harder to get in there than towards the other side and everything. But like I said, it's not too difficult to get in there either, especially when those floating viruses are there to help you out. If you get some double blues or anything, otherwise you can kind of split some up. Whatever you need to do to get into the middle section, and then that last crate will clear itself out when I get rid of that red. And yeah, I already have 3 stars, as you can see. I got plenty of points because there's just so much going on stage. And then I just have to get these last 2 viruses out, and that's it. So I had a few capsules left thanks to Wario and everything. I don't really know who I'd suggest bringing in. Again, I don't think you should bring in Roy, but it would help you get to the viruses over there a little bit quicker, because you do have to hit them as well. But I don't think that's really necessary. I don't know. So this one is again another one where you're just going through the middle. What I did was I tried to put some colors that I will need down there later, but not hit them yet, and just go all the way up to the top. I did get a shell there, which probably won't normally happen to people, but I got kind of lucky with that placement. Maybe. A lot of shells spawn and everything. I don't remember what else can spawn. As you can see, clearly the shells can. But yeah, I started from the top and worked my way down, which I would always suggest doing. And by top, I know it can be confusing. I mean, like, the way that the viruses are floating. Down would be when it hits the bottom of it. And the top is when you're first starting out, dragging it down towards the bottom. I know that can be a little confusing. Sorry if that is confusing to you, but I just mean the top is in where you start, and the bottom is in where those green viruses are, or those green capsules are that I placed down there. That would be the bottom when I'm talking about it. Anyways, let's get back to clearing out how to clear out the rest of this level. You really have to get rid of the middle first and get those keys out of the way so that you can start working on both the left and right side. I start with the left here a little bit. I do also have a shell that will come in handy that I use right away. The shells definitely help out a lot. Now I forgot to look out and see if anything else is spawning, but you can clearly see a lot of shells spawn. Okay, so colored boxes can also come, but it doesn't seem like all that many are spawning, so it shouldn't be too much in the way or anything. I got another shell there, which will help me get rid of some of those on the side there. And then the left side is mostly taken care of and everything. Just that green and that red one are kind of annoying to get to, but not too bad. The same thing will kind of happen around this door as well. which is why the shells can come in handy, because they kind of just get in between where you might have some trouble. Maybe I got lucky with some of the shell placements, but as you can see I have plenty of capsules still. So it shouldn't have been too much of a problem to deal with those viruses myself and everything. But yeah, we just have this right side here. One more colored box that got in the way. That did spawn in. You can see that one kind of caused some trouble. But I don't need the green for anything else, so it's not too annoying or anything. Then I just have these last two viruses here. Again, you don't have to get rid of all of the box or the blocks. Oh wait, yeah you do, because there are viruses under there. And I did forget about that even when I was playing the level. I forgot that there's another virus. But yeah, the shells and the colored boxes you don't need to worry about, just the viruses and the doors. But as you clear out the viruses, you will basically get rid of the doors as well. So it really is just aiming towards the viruses and making sure the doors aren't in your way or anything. Let's see. Oh, is that the final level? I wasn't even paying attention, but yeah, I think that was the last one for this episode. So thank you for watching. These videos will all be coming out in like an hour of each other and everything. I'm gonna be recording them all one by one here. So yeah, I don't know what to say. Thanks for watching, I guess. I'll see you soon. Goodbye.